What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grant. You're watching Sub Urban Nerd. This channel, I get my nerd views on today's nerd news. And today's nerd news got a whole lot to do about Sony. Sony, Peacock, if you don't know, that's CBS's whole streaming service, and Godzilla images, right? So let's start off with Sony. Sony, they have a lot of news coming out, and one of the things that happened last week was a live streaming event with Jeff Keighley, and he was showing off the new PS4 or PS5 controller, right? He was showing the haptic feedback, the adaptive triggers, and telling you about how it was. They were playing, I forget, this sort of like amiibo game where apparently it's going to come bundled in with the PS5, so you can try and see how all the controller works and how it feels. And he was also talking to the CEO of marketing for Sony Entertainment, for the PS5 and everything, Eric Lapel, right? Now they talked about a lot of things as far as on Amazon. Apparently there's they had a pre-order, and he was like, oh no, we don't know anything about that, but a pre-order, so you can go on Amazon, and I don't know if they took it down, but pre-order for the PS5, and it doesn't say a price or anything yet. But he was like, yeah, we don't have nothing to do with that. We didn't know about that. Don't go running out, lining up to get your consoles right away, which I don't know who's actually doing that right now because the whole COVID thing. But then again, the thing's ramping up, so apparently people don't care about COVID at all, right? Except for me, right? But yeah, also he tried to dismiss that because people were thinking that maybe that means that the PS5 should be launching soon, and he sort of dismissed that. But someone went onto the PlayStation Direct and went into the source code and found a little bit of nitbits about how you can pre-order it, but except it won't allow you to do more than one, right? And usually you wouldn't even show that feature of the pre-ordering thing unless you're planning on maybe ramping up or putting out the PlayStation 5 sooner than we all think, because everyone's thinking it's probably going to be November 17th, because that would fall in between, like right before the holiday season, or maybe a little bit earlier, maybe like the first week of November, so that when Xbox tries to come out, no one knows when Xbox is coming out either, but that'll probably come in a little bit before Black Friday, so PlayStation kind of give a little bit of space, right? That's what everyone's thinking, they're speculating at least, right? So that's what they found, the whole pre-order, and you can limit to one. Also, they found that there's going to be backwards compatibility with the PS4 DualShock controller. Now this is pretty interesting because PlayStation has made it known that they're not going to go full backwards compatible like the Xbox is doing, but they said they're going to do a lot of like the Star 5 AAA games that they have on the PS4 is going to be compatible with the PlayStation 5. Now I'm hoping that they at least go back to PlayStation 3, because the DualSense and the DualShock pretty much the same, like the whole, I believe they added in the swipe feature with the PlayStation 4. They didn't have in PlayStation 5, but there's one game specifically I want, and it's Split Second. But maybe it's on the PlayStation Store, I don't know. But that's me going off another thing. But that is one of the things that's interesting, like the backwards compatibility with the DualShock controller, because they're saying everything forward to new technology. So we think with all the new technology that's in the DualSense that they wouldn't have it compatible with the DualShock, but I guess they're making it so at least you can play some of the old games. And if anything, maybe like you don't have to spend so much money, because these consoles only come with one controller most of the time. So if you play an older game and you want to play it with someone, then you don't have to worry about finding another controller, dual sense controller. You can just use the DualShock controller, which I think is really awesome. Also, in the news, this is crazy that they say that Sony has a factory in Japan or near Tokyo, right, that can pump out a PS4 in 30 seconds. Now, if they're doing that, because from what people say, or that's what Sony actually announced, that they were planning on doing 5 million consoles of the PlayStation 5 by like mid next year. But all of a sudden they ramped it up and they're like, oh no, you know what, we're gonna ramp it up to 10 million by the end of this year, right? And I think it has a lot to do with the COVID thing. No one thought they would even be able to make it because of the factories and the COVID, that things are gonna be shut down all over the world. But apparently, I guess with this technology, it sort of makes sense that if they don't need people or whatever, and they pump out PS4s in 30 seconds, then just adapt that technology into this, because I'm assuming that they're gonna want to get these consoles out, or their console out, early, a lot earlier than Microsoft, just so we can beat it, because it's always good to be first, because once you get out first, you got the marketing, people are streaming your videos, people are just saying how awesome it is before the whole Xbox comes out. So I'm thinking maybe as early as October they might do this, just to get ahead of them. And I think that they might announce this as far as like, if they really want to just take the rug from under Xbox, when Microsoft does their whole Xbox live streaming event, I think the 23rd of July, if they announce the price, which I don't think they are, they might, but either way, I say PlayStation right after that, right after the next day, like when people is talking about, oh, the Xbox the next day, just like what they did with Xbox last time, where Xbox said, oh yeah, no, you can't share games and all this things, and PlayStation was, oh no, with us you can take the game, share it to another console, let that person play it and all that. Don't worry about it. So if they want to steal the rug right out from under Xbox again, right as soon as that thing's over, the next day, bam, put the release date, put also the pre-orders, and put the price, so that no matter what, even if Xbox comes in at cheaper than a PlayStation is coming out first, and PlayStation has these exclusive games. Now, I'm not going to say Xbox doesn't have exclusive games, because there's things that Xbox can come out with on July 23rd that might put them right on par with PlayStation, which could be the Fable, the Perfect Dark, and the Halo Infinite. Not so much, because Halo doesn't have the shine that it used to, but if the trailer's good, Halo definitely get that talking. And if Fable has a great trailer, definitely get that talking. And then Perfect Dark, if there is a Perfect Dark, definitely get people's attention. But if PlayStation comes right after that, you have literally just knocked the cake out of their hands and like, ha, oops, my bad. Hey people, look at me. You know what I'm saying? Which would be like an asshole move, but I would be laughing so hard if this actually does happen. PlayStation, they do have some things that may come out when the console comes out, because I don't know, there's a lot of things that they're talking about that won't be available right away as soon as the PlayStation, like Horizon Zero Dawn. That's one game I'm looking forward to, but I know that ain't coming out this year. Maybe the Grand Theft Auto 4, the updated one, no, 5, Grand Theft Auto 5, updated with all the features, all the things, because on PC they have these mods that like make the graphics look even more realistic. Now with the PlayStation 5, you don't have to use the mods, it'll just have it like there. And Miles Morales, the Spider-Man Miles Morales game, if Insomniac gets that out, and if they have that available for when the console comes out, because sure, like I forget what that game is called, Gods, whatever. Sure, it looks cool, but it's not like a console seller. You get yourself that Spider-Man Miles Morales out when you get that PlayStation 5 out, I'm telling you, people are gonna buy that, especially if you have the Grand Theft Auto 5. Because I'm thinking about, because I didn't beat it on my PlayStation 3, I think, and I sure as hell I'll buy it on the PlayStation 5, just play through it again. You know, I think that's what I would do. Now, the PlayStation 5 is supposed to be running the Miles Morales at 4K 60 frames per second, which is awesome. Like Xbox, even though they're doing like 120 hertz, whatever, but that's all said and done, I think with this Miles Morales, I think they probably have it. Now, that's pretty much it as far as the last of the PlayStation news, right? So next we're going to be going on to Peacock. Peacock, they've made it, or people have gotten Peacock because Peacock isn't available on all streaming. Like, it's not available on Amazon Fire Stick, and it's not available on Roku, right? One of the two major things. Just like HBO Max, which is kind of weird. But what happened is, someone tried to, I guess, port from their PC or laptop, whatever, to their TV, or maybe they just have it hooked up to a HDMI to their big screen TV, right? And apparently, Peacock went out of the way to make it so you can't do that. So you can live stream it, you can stream it to Chromecast or stuff like that, but apparently HDMI, and no one knows what the purpose of that is, because if you're trying to do that, if you're trying to get rid of like people pirating or something like that, that isn't gonna work, because they could always just use a screen recorder. Like I have one on my phone. Now, I don't know if they think that's gonna help or anything, but I think that's really a stupid move, because why limit the amount of ways people can watch it? You know what I'm saying? If you're not even making it available on Fire Stick, so people have to use their computers, let them use their computers. Don't make it so they have to, you know, if they have the product. I just think it's really stupid. Peacock, the name alone is stupid, but I don't know. They have a free service. They have a service that is $5, but has more content, but it still has ads. So that the free service is ads, right? The $5 is ads with a little bit more content. There's a $10 that's a lot more content and no ads whatsoever. Me personally, I ain't gonna pay for none of that, so I don't think. Whatever. Peacock could suck my. I shouldn't say that, but whatever. That's what. Like, this is stupid. Last thing we're gonna be talking about is Godzilla versus King Kong. Now we're all talking about this. We're not all talking about it, but it's really, one of the movies that people are looking forward to seeing. Now I definitely look forward to seeing it. Godzilla, Gods versus Monster, the King of all monsters. It was okay to me. It was better than the first Godzilla, because the first Godzilla you barely saw Godzilla. Whenever those fights cut away, and they sort of did that again, but except at least this time they had more monsters, but the plot was just even more stupid. And like the female that was the protagonist was mom, and then how there was no security when the girl took the thing. There was a lot of plot holes and flaws in this movie that I didn't like too much. But the action was great, awesome when things happened. You know, like Godzilla Ex Machina, whenever they needed, somehow he popped up. I thought it was crazy, but it was still fun all in all. I don't think I give it a crazy grade. I think I probably give it like a C or something like that. I reviewed it, but we'll see about that. But there's images of them fighting on top of an aircraft carrier, which makes no sense for the first fact that it would sink right away. Second of all, Godzilla has been made to seem like skyscrapers big. Now, how, like, the aircraft carrier should be like the size of its foot. It shouldn't be able to at least stand on it with King Kong. That makes no sense. It's like they're scaling them down. So I don't know if this is just for the visual on like a poster or something like that, but I think it's a bad visual because, like I said, they're way bigger. This should be like a wave in the water or something like that, as with the aircraft carriers being floated off, than to have them standing on it. But that's just a poster I've seen. You guys check it out. If you guys seen it, let me know what you guys think about it. If I'm wrong, if maybe I'm just like thinking too much about a poster, but let me know what you guys think about that. So we're coming to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, tell these people, share this video, and tell me if you like the way I'm presenting these things. Now remember to subscribe. Check out my last nerd news. Check out my playlist of daily nerd news. Remember, I'm Wes Grant. You've been watching Suburban Nerd, and you've just been nerdified. Catch you guys on the next review.